Okay, for this third video, I'm going to focus on this question type. As you can see, this is an opinion question, and it's multiple choice. Choose as many as you like. As with all the other answers on Google Forms, this shows you the responses for all respondents. So for this one, we go back to our spreadsheet. We're going to analyze it. That was question 3. So we'll be looking at the data in this column. Now, this one, you have to do something a little bit different with the analysis. I've got them sorted according to gender. For this one, I'm going to copy my data and make a new sheet on my spreadsheet by pressing the plus button at the bottom. And I'm going to paste my data into here. As we know, each row in the spreadsheet is one response. So this female arts student, in this column here are all the answers she chose for question 3. As you can see, it puts all of the answers in one column, and they're separated by a semicolon. What we want to do is separate them out. If you go to the Data tab, you can click on this one. It says text to columns, and it tells you what it does here. It says split a single column of text into multiple columns. For example, you can separate a column of full names into separate first and last name columns. You can choose how to split it up, fixed width or split with a comma. So we've selected our column. Here's the data. So we click on the text to columns key. It says characters such as commas or tabs separate each field. Yeah, we leave it on delimited. What it means is that we have some data and each one is separated by a semicolon. Click on next and it tells you to choose. What is it that's separating our data? It's a semicolon, all right? So when we click on that, you notice that it puts each answer into a column like this, all right? You can, at this point, change the format of the data. We want it to be text. 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 Okay. Then we can finish. Alright, and you can see immediately it's separated the responses, right? So instead of everything being in one column, it's separated our responses into a number of columns, right? Okay, so it goes all the way over to this one, I think, even here. Right, so we've sorted out our data, separated out our data. So what we need is to start counting the number of responses that we have. And we're going to do that like we did with our multiple choice question before. We're going to separate it according to male and female. We've already got the data sorted. So like we did before with our multiple choice choose one answer question, we need to select all the answers that have been chosen. if I copy all the ones from these columns, and then we can paste special. If you do this and then check transpose and then click on OK, it will put them into a column like this. Now, how many have we got here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 responses there. How many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, there were 15 possible answers altogether. So we've got some missing here, I think. I think there's some of them are in this column here. This person seems to have chosen most of the answers. Let's copy this and paste it down here and see how many we end up with. Paste special, transpose. Alright, we've already got gambling addiction. And lack of affordable housing and social immobility. We don't have obesity. Poverty, smoking, teenage pregnancy, personal debt, stress-related illnesses. We have data protection problem, environmental opportunity. Right. There's still 3 that we don't have. I don't know what they are. Let's go back to my chart. It doesn't show me the categories for some reason. Eating disorders, domestic violence. Right. Eating disorder, domestic violence. Okay. So now I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Still one more thing. What is it? Personal, no, we've got personal debt. Gambling addiction. Eating disorders is our missing one, isn't it? Yep. Okay, so now we've got all our possible questions. And we're going to do pretty much the same as we did for the multiple choice choose more than one answer. For this question, we are interested in frequency. So we want to find how many times each response was selected. So we do use our COUNTIF formula again, so equal sign COUNTIF bracket, and then we select the range where we want Excel to look. So this is the last one, like so. Alright, then we put a comma, and then we choose our criteria, and we find 1. Alright, and now we open this up again by pressing F2, and then you put your cursor here and press F4, and that will make sure the range is always the same. Okay, so there we go. So this has counted how many of each. Same again with the female respondents, equal, COUNTIF, bracket, and then we select the full range of data down to 24. we make sure we go all the way across, and there's our range, and then we go across to our criteria, close the bracket, 0. Alright, and then we go back into our formula, F4, F4. So we got the count there. Okay. So there are our counts for our different categories. Now, like we did before, at the moment we've got frequencies. But what we want to do is calculate relative frequencies. So first of all, we need a total. So we go down here and make our sum. And we go down here and make our sum. So we can see the total number of responses. What we want to do then is calculate our percentages. So we divide each count by the total to give ourselves a percentage. Open up this, press F4, go down to the bottom. So we can copy this over here, paste as values, percentages, like so. Same with the female respondents. Let's delete these, we don't need them anymore. Going to calculate the relative frequency by calculating the percentage. This one divided by this one. Press F4. Copy them down. Copy. Paste as values. Convert to percentages. Delete. Alright, so now we've got all our responses, and we've got our relative frequencies. That is the proportion of responses for each of these problems. So we can select our range, and I think for this one, we want to make it's a histogram really, because it's showing relative frequency. So we need to go and make a bar chart. So we go in, select a bar chart, clustered column, right? And you see it's going to give us a different color for our two categories. So make it a bit bigger. Like so. And there you go, we've got a nice chart. We can put our title in. Oops, question 3. Copy it. And put it as our title. We'll edit it a bit. Okay. So we got our title. Right. So this is our relative frequency, and this shows you the ones that have been chosen. Again, you can play around with the format of this. Like I said, thinking ahead to your presentation, you might want to choose one with a dark background that you can use in your PowerPoint later. Just choose the one which you think. You can change the colors as well, like so. Okay, so there's your multiple choice. Choose more than one answer question. I hope that you find these videos useful, and good luck with writing your survey report.